this book, as I said, is slightly better in my opinion than the last one I reviewed. Catherine Stockett has written an outstanding book. When it was originally released, it caused a big fuss, and I can totally understand why. The content of the book, as many of you may know, is about black slaves in Mississippi during the 1960s, and that is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, but it is very interesting. She's written the book so well, and she really is respectful of the types of stories that she portrays. The book follows three main narrative voices: Eileen, Minnie and Miss Skeeter. Two of them are black maids, that would be Eileen and Minnie, and Miss Skeeter is a white woman who eventually helps the two girls and in fact many other maids tell their stories. I won't go into any more details about that part of the plot because I think that is something that really makes the book, finding out along the way, but it is really clever, and as someone who loves literature, the way that they talk about writing is pretty wicked actually. Despite not having lived through the 1960s, I felt completely thrust into that world, and not just in the white women's world but in the black women as well. I felt so sensitively towards the maids, and actually you feel them almost more human than the white women that are portrayed. The distinction is so strong in the book, and it actually makes you so pleased to be on this side of history. Rights and race are huge issues in the story, and of course in real life too, and because of that it really comes across as a really thought-provoking and provocative subject. As I say previously, Stockett is very respectful of both sides, I think, of the argument, and actually seeing different voices as well as just a normal narrative gives a real sense of that. There are also a bunch of hilarious moments, including brooms, knives, pies as well. So do keep your eye out, because although it's a long book, there are some genius moments. It is indeed a long book, but it's totally worth it. In the first few chapters, although you feel like it's almost building up and not really hitting a plot yet, and you do feel like that for quite some time, you're really getting to the heart of character. And she portrays that in such a way that makes it really a riveting read. As I say, it's hugely thought-provoking, and as well as that, it's a really entertaining book. I couldn't recommend anything more highly. I've never been whisked away to such a historic period in the way that Stockett has sent me, and I am so proud that I read the book before watching the film. The film is apparently brilliant, but I think if you haven't yet watched it, read that book before you do, and then watch the film. I'm really excited to watch it, having read the story, and I'm almost in the Harry Potter zone of I don't want to watch it in case it's misloads out, but at the same time know that it must be so good because of its cast. So if you are somewhat interested in 1960s America, or black rights generally, or romance, or anything like that, women, whatever you're interested in, you will find something to love in this book, and as I say, I couldn't recommend it highly enough. Many bookshops sell this story. It's all across the country. It's a very popular book. It was a #1 bestseller, and that really shows she has written an outstanding text, and if you get a chance to read it, I definitely think you should. It's a really good way to spend a few days, and you don't want to put it down. As always, if you've got any book recommendations, please let me know, and I will be sure to respond to them as well. Have a wonderful